It's now 2016, almost 7 years since I made the decision to move away from my foster family and take the next step into living independently. At the age of 16, I chose to leave, but was I ready? Are we ever ready? I'm not here to talk about my past, but to look back on the government's changes and how children in care cope with life after, and if the support they need is there. Now at 23, I was fascinated to go back to where my journey started and speak to my foster mum, who has been looking after children in care for over a decade, and learn how she's seen changes in how young children that have left her and how they have coped, and if there's any more the government should be doing to make the transition to living alone more stable.
Hey Rob, how are you? Good to see you. I've seen you for ages.
Too long.
You're looking brilliant as well. Come in.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Do you want a brew, tea, coffee?
I think we should have a coffee.
A coffee first?
Yeah, it's been an early morning, so yeah. You still got the same kids from when I came last time?
Probably not. Probably not. We've had one for about 15 months and one, the one you saw outside, he's been here for about 3 years now.
Oh yeah, so it's fun to know about leaving.
Pardon? It's great to see you. You're looking so grown up. Nice
I
to
did this on purpose.
It's really good to see you looking well.
What? I always look well.
No, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, basically come to speak to you about like how it's changed foster care. Well, leaving care mainly, not foster care.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I think when I left it was 16, and I know you've had other kids way before me, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's always been 16 for as long as I can remember. They've brought this new law in now. They're hoping for children to stay on education till they're 18, which enables them to stay here longer.
Do you always think the people that have left have been ready to go?
No, not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't expect my own son to be leaving at 16. I know you did, Rob, and it's what you wanted, but then you always did what you wanted.
Yeah.
Whether it was for the best, I don't know.
No, well, now I look back, I really don't. It wasn't. I was not ready at 16. I was just didn't want to be in Rochdale.
You knew everything, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was just being. It's because I always wanted to be back with my mates in Blackpool more than anything. But yeah, no, I really like looking back. I would have. Yeah, I wasn't ready to go.
No.
So smaller.
No. This is it's perhaps because you were smaller. It looks so
Yeah,
much bigger.
I think that with everything now, like everything just feels different sizes.
Yeah. Can you remember wrapping the post around somebody's head once and fighting with Andrew? Was it
No.
Andrew? No? Oh yeah.
I remember New Year's Eve. I was a bit drunk, playing pool.
Just New Year's Eve.
Yeah. That was
And not only that, I mean, you was quite mature for at 16. A lot of the children that come that's been abused, they've lost a lot of years, and they need the nurture. So no, they're far from ready.
Have you found many kids that have left that wanted to come back, or have said to you?
All of them. All of them. And most of them, like yourself, do come back to visit, which is nice. I think what's scary now, after being fostering like for 28 years, I've got older children, you know, when I look at them with their children and they're, some are in the 40s. Lloyd, who's in the army,
Yeah, so do you think it's helping now that the fact keeping kids on in education till they're 18?
I think it's a good thing. It helps the kids to be more mature and to prepare them to live independent lives. It's really, really beneficial for us as carers. That extra 2 years what we can put in to a young person. Yeah, it's really important to us.
Because what I found out is like a lot of like people that I met, like young kids in foster care that I've met, when they leave they just want to get out and start earning and they don't really want to stay on in education. Do you think there's a reason why foster kids don't want to carry on in education?
You know, every kid wants to leave school, don't they? I remember I did as well. But we're talking about the children that I fostered particularly are hard to place children that have missed such a lot of education. If and when they were staying, if they was asked to leave at 16, And as you know, that was the policy then. So many children, you know, fell at the first hurdle. They ended up, you know, in trouble with the police, taking drugs, not being able to fund
Yeah.
the living.
How do you think the government's changing on proving that? Because I remember, like, they used to give me, like, a really folder with, like, information about how you can live on your own, but, like,
No.
I just skimmed through it. It was, like, basic, like...
No, you get to leave in care worker now. That comes when, I think, when the young person's about 15 and a half, and you go through the pathwork plan together. And with this pathwork plan, can this person catch a bus? Can this person catch a train? Can they read a timetable? Can they read?
Yeah.
You know? Can they wash? Can they take care of themselves? What is the hygiene like? Can they shop? Do they know how to budget? And it's all things like that. And I can honestly say no. You didn't, did you? No.
Well, the budgeting
Washing
thing-
was a pink job for Rob. So I had to do his washing and his ironing. And
Oh, missed them days.
you used to stay,
I
wasn't
had
it?
my bunk bed's here. I don't know how we had bunk bed, and then I had a little box TV. And I used to
Changed now.
pack everything up when I was moving out every week.
He was always moving.
Like, you have an option to stay till the 21, don't they?
Not really.
Alright, that's...
Not
Oh,
really.
really? Because that's what
No.
they're saying. Well, my research was saying that they should have the option to... They have the option now to stay to 21 now.
Ideally, it's gone up to 18. I would love them to be able to stay till 21, but that's usually if they're in full-time education, which a lot of children want to drop that.
Yeah.
We've just talked about, and also if they've got special needs, that sort of thing. A lot of carers don't want to do that. They don't want to commit to long-term fostering.
Yeah, I guess it is.
We're trying to get more and more long-term fostering, and it's a big commitment, you know, to take that on. I mean, we've been fostering a long time; it's our way of life, and we like to take children long-term. So we take children from the age of probably 10 up to the age of 18, and hopefully further than that. But the children that I've had have all left at 16. It's this next crop now.
Right.
That's going to
Yeah,
be-
yeah.
yeah.
So-
I think that the last ones was 18. You know, Andrew that was here.
yeah.
He stayed till he was well past 18. But it's difficult, and it's hard for the carers because they see fostering as a career as well. It's not that we glorified babysitters anymore.
Yeah.
We do get paid, and we're all classed as professional people. But it is a big commitment for some foster carers to take them long term. And of course, obviously, a lot of it's to do with funding. So if the carers, you know, they have certain outgoings, they can't afford for
Well-
the funding to be dropped.
What I've been told, well, Julia's telling me now that they don't, like, when I first left, I was getting £110 a week, rent paid, and then I was getting a £30 EMA. And then I was on that, and she says now they've completely scrapped that now. I think they just get the income support, which obviously I did.
It's something like £50 a week, Rob,
Yeah,
which is absolutely nothing. Is it?
Yeah,
How
'cause
can anybody?
then, yeah, well, basically when I was on that for 2 years, and then because I didn't move up, because I ended up going back to Blackburn and I failed my second year, and I was retaking it again, but they was like, no, we're not going to give you that money now because you didn't go up a year.
But did you feel like you had to fight for everything?
Yeah, well, but wouldn't, probably not at first. It's got harder, I think, over the years.
Yeah.
But-
I think the government have cut down on so many things now. So many things that are really important, you know, for us to meet the needs of the children here.
Sure, as much as you
No.
probably should.
No.
How are you, my son?
Here he comes. How are you, Ken?
Not bad, are you?
Yeah, I'm good, you?
I'm alright.
Stealing your room for a bit. Is this still your room?
Still my room,
Yeah,
yeah.
quality shit. He comes in here to watch his racing. I hate it.
The one that I got. Still horse racing.
What's are those men behind you? Look like Daleks, don't they? He says, you're alright, Rob. I'm not sure about the others.
No.
They'll not hurt you. Just worry what's behind you.
After being a foster care for so many years, how has it been watching the foster, like your children leave and stuff?
How do we feel as foster carers as children leave?
Yeah.
We too go through. I don't know. There are some children that are welcome, and there are some children are welcome when they leave as well. On the whole, we've been very lucky. We've always had a good relationship, a close relationship, and we like that to be ongoing. And we grieve as well.
Don't
You know,
worry.
It's a sense of loss
Yeah.
sometimes, you know. So
Yeah.
it is important. We've got to be able to give the young people the space.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to know that they're welcome back here anytime. And if they're in any sort of difficulties, we tend to be the first sort of port of call, really. And that's okay, you know, bring it on, whatever. Christmas is bad for the children that leave. You know, a lot of children find Christmas very difficult. And if children want to come back at Christmas, fine. It's a big table, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good. 'Cause, yeah.
Don't forget, when children first come, they're angry, they're confused, they're trying to prove things all the time. We just hope that when they leave, we put as much as a good standard of living and what to expect, and hopefully what they're going to do for their families as well. They come as a kid, and I hope they leave as a young man. You know?
Yeah. Like what I was researching about the kids that don't go from care homes. Apparently it was I think that still might be 16, and I think
a lot of it's changing now down to education. There's things that whatever education's up to the age of 18.
But I think because obviously having an 18-year-old living with a group of 60-year-olds means obviously they can start buying alcohol and cigs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're living in a
Well, they're
house
buying
with
that at
people.
12, to be fair, Rob. It's just as scary as they were on the case.
Yeah.
And I think you know exactly where I'm coming from. I mean, how did you buy vodka? Quite easily. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah, we do get that, and we do worry.
do you think it's improving though, the leaving care system? Because I think unless you stay in education, I don't know how much support you're actually going to get. Because I didn't have much once I left education. I didn't see Julie hardly ever because I wasn't in college. It's just check-in now and then, stuff like that.
I think it's depending what you want out of it as well, and what you're prepared to give. That you will turn up for meetings, etc. A lot of kids are there, they play the system, they know how to play the system. But you know, at the end of the day, we're there just to meet the kids' needs. I think you've always got to remember that. And I think the leaving care people now, they're doing a fantastic job to how it used to be.
Yeah, well, I had 4, didn't I? I think I had 5 leaving care work, and it was a bit annoying. I mean, cause we had that training one, and then we had another one. Well, I had Leon, didn't I, first? I think we had 3 while I was here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you know that can be misleading as well, can't it?
it's hard when you because once you open up to one person, you don't want to keep
Of
doing
course
it to
you
another
don't.
because I had it
Of
with
course
social workers
and
as
it's
well.
intrusive, isn't it, as well? And I'm glad you brought that up because I think it's important. I mean, we have the same thing here with children with social workers. You get a really good social worker that's known the family. And I appreciate that people move on for better things. But for the kids, it's so upsetting. Because like you said, they've opened the doors, haven't they?
Yeah,
you know, all the business. And
It's hard to do it again and again and again, cause
I
especially
appreciate
when I was first being
I
in
can
foster.
totally appreciate that.
Yeah, so yeah.
But I do think leaving care, they are working hard, they are getting it right. It's just hard because they're on a tight budget as well. And everything's down to funding, Rob.
Yeah.
Every penny is spoken for. And what we used to be able to put in for, you know, as expenses, all that's stopped now.
That's what I mean, obviously I didn't apply to uni until I was 21. So, but obviously they took me back even though obviously I wasn't even with leaving care when I applied
that's
to
a good
uni.
thing, isn't it?
And obviously,
But
Well, I
you see,
realise-
that was because you hadn't matured.
and yeah, that's what I mean, and I didn't know really what I wanted to do and what I was actually wanting to, especially when you're 16, you really don't really think about the future as much as you
No.
probably should.
Looking back into my time in care, leaving to me was a sense of no longer being another number percentage the government used to prove that I wanted to be someone more than another foster child that got lost in the system.